The Refreshingly Normal Podcast.
It's ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, oh, yeah.
That's too much.
Oh,
He
yeah.
almost sounded like somebody else at the beginning.
Who I sound like?
Oh, the Lord. Remember somebody
I don't remember.
that sang with their whole soul that time?
I don't remember.
You do too.
I don't remember. I swear.
You lied.
I don't remember. I promise I don't.
You do not remember the person that said they could sing.
Oh.
Hey, steady rocking all night.
All night we begin to rock.
Steady rocking to the break of
Rocking to the break of dawn. You can't be the background and the lead at the same time.
Well, I like that part.
Okay, well. All right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Refreshingly Normal Podcast. I am Kēfla,
I am Crecia.
and we are the Hairs, the dynamic dual Hairs.
Yes.
The podcasting Hairs.
Yes.
The educator Hairs.
Yes.
The mental wellness Hairs.
Yes.
Yes, that's who we are. All things. All right, so let's get on it. Today we're going to talk about a few little things. We have a little therapy talk. You know what I'm
Therapizing.
saying? Look at therapizing, man. Therapizing.
And that's a real word.
It is.
I thought we were making it up.
I was.
When I was at the conference, this guy said he was presenting and he said, "Will you therapize?" Something about
Well,
therapizing.
we need to research it.
Okay.
Because I say stuff,
I know I say stuff too,
and I say stuff.
but we saying it to be funny.
Yeah, and I ain't worried about whether somebody get on, in the comments and say, "Oh my God, you said that wrong. You misspoke." Guess what? You mistook who you were speaking to.
All right, therapize. Therapize is a verb meaning
Okay.
to subject someone to therapy, particularly psychological therapy or counseling.
You see how my brain works?
Probably because you're doing all your studies. Maybe you heard it
I probably did.
and didn't even realize it.
That's the nerd in me.
So guess what? I do be.
Therapizing.
At first, I thought we was sounding kind of ignorant.
I didn't.
Not ignorant, but we were trying to be funny. But I was like, would somebody be like, "What they talking about? We don't want
cares?
We don't want y'all to put us on the list with you know who."
Who cares? Yeah. I can go get mine. I can go get my degree and show y'all.
I
I can pull up my transcripts,
I can pull up mine too.
official and unofficial.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I got you.
But I will have to disagree with the people that said everybody has a picture in their cap and gown, because I will say,
Yeah.
I did not go to the ceremony for my master's,
Yeah.
and I did not go to the ceremony for my
Correct.
specialist degree. So
Correct.
I don't have pictures of that, but I do have the official documentation.
That's
though.
right.
So yeah,
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to everyone. Every stage.
I didn't.
I'm crossing everyone.
I didn't. I was okay with not doing it.
I'm crossing.
Now I think about it in the way
You
that
should
you
have.
emphasize it, I was like, maybe I should have gone.
Because
and done
somebody
that.
almost tried to have me not go to my doctorate. Do you need to go? Yes, I need to go. Oh, we was at odds. I was going. Whether or not you was going or not, I was going.
We were at odds because I was really trying to think financially, all the things. But shout out to my friend Colitha, who
Shout out
always.
to Coley. Always been in my corner, man.
It's
I
not
don't
even
know
about
if she always been in my corner.
Yes, it's not even about a corner for Colette.
Yeah.
Colette is just what's right is right, what's wrong is
that's
wrong.
right.
It doesn't matter. She's just going to
She
say
does.
how she feels. So she's very, for anybody, if you ever want a neutral friend who's going to tell you like it is
Yeah.
or tell you the truth, Colette is that girl.
Yeah.
So.
And she don't do
And
it in
I
a harsh way.
No.
Like, some people, well, I'm just telling you the truth. No.
No.
She speaks truth to you.
Yeah.
In regards to your feelings.
Yeah.
Knowing that but you still need to hear the truth.
Yep. So I appreciate that about her. Anytime I want somebody that if I'm feeling like maybe am not thinking,
Yeah.
I always call her and say, okay, tell me what you think, Colette. And because I know she's going to give me the real.
Give it the real. Yeah, that's what makes her a good admin too. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't
It's
like
hard,
that.
yes,
Some
because
people don't
she's
like
going to
that.
be fair.
Yep.
She's going to
Some
be
people don't like
fair.
that.
And some people don't like that. They want you to tell them they right when they wrong.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
shout out to Colette.
Yeah.
Yeah, we some of my brothers in the black and gold understand what it means when somebody says it's hard but it's fair. A lot of us, well, the older ones should. A lot of new ones, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
That's just in general.
I'm just saying they don't. You know.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
No, it's hard but fair. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that. Yeah, it's hard but
Oh,
fair.
my gosh.
All right, so let's do a little therapy talk, man. First of all,
We
personal.
didn't recap our week.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I'm just so excited because that's what I'm kind of nervous.
What are you nervous
because
about?
my intern is coming up.
Okay.
my
Well, then
practicum.
that's your weekly recap.
Yeah.
Talk about it. You've been doing stuff all week.
No, okay.
for it.
So my weekly recap.
Weekly.
I took 3 drug tests this week.
Oh, God.
That should be my side. That's gonna be my side. Okay, yeah. No, I got 2 sides. All right, but anyway, I had to take the drug test because for my internship, and then the other one I'll tell y'all about that one later. But not because Harris on drugs, you know.
I mean, he has been doing all those stories about everybody.
Cocaine sharks.
Cocaine sharks and somebody
And then
else.
if people come in here and
Rhinoceros.
if people see my plant base, I put the that 7 plant powder to make sure like the water gnats don't get in there. So they'll be like,
What are you doing over there?
You got cocaine in the plants.
plants.
Cocaine in the plant. Cocaine sharks, cocaine hippos.
Cocaine plants.
We gotta watch him.
Let's give him a drug test.
But yeah, so my weekly recap was pretty much preparing, for my practicum first. Then my internship starts in the fall. But I had to take a drug test. I had to fill out. Yesterday, I had to fill out the information for the background screening.
Okay.
And then they sent me an email asking me to submit them my transcripts that I do have. They asked for my bachelor too, but I'm like, should I?
Because sometimes there's certain classes on there that can go.
But I'm like,
because when you do your LAPC, when you apply for that, there may be a class on there that you can be able to use.
they're gonna. I mean,
especially with all your health
but
classes.
that's what I'm saying. They should ask for all of them.
Who?
But I guess they thinking most time in the master's program, they thinking most people ain't going back from something else.
Yeah.
So they only ask for the bachelor's because I'm like, my psychology has some stuff.
Oh, because they probably don't realize you have all that.
Yeah,
have.
but I mean, I say it makes sense because the next level from is the
masters,
bachelor's is a master's,
and so
right?
they don't think you have a master's.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to send those, and I think the hardest one to get, like last time, was Alabama State. Unfortunately, the hardest one to get is that one. The other ones, they are already on the online system, so I'll be able to send those to them. And once I give them that, and then I got to take next Saturday, I'm taking the if they let me switch my classes, I'm taking the CPR thing. Okay. Have to do that too, and then I have all my paperwork in, and I just start the training the 15th of June.
So next Saturday, when Noli's graduation is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's from 9 to 2.
Well, we can't go to the graduation.
Yeah,
anyway,
what I'm saying, it's 9 to 2, so whatever it's afterwards should be. But
Okay.
is his graduation daytime or nighttime?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
All right. But that was it. And then the other thing was prepping these kids. So all week at school, we've been doing reviews, for final week next week. So everybody's been doing
finals
reviews.
Are next week?
Yeah.
Oh.
Senior finals was Monday and Tuesdays.
Okay.
But the rest of the school, their finals are Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay.
But it's half a day, Monday, half a day Tuesday, half a day Wednesday.
Okay.
Yep. And so that's what I've been prepping myself for leaving the school. Really, mentally saying, a lot of kids been seeing me, saying they sad that I'm leaving. Yeah. A lot of my seniors, of course, they already know I'm leaving, but they say, "Oh, I hate that you're not going to be here." The kids don't get to experience what I got to experience with you and stuff like that. So that's cool. I felt seen.
Oh, you felt loved.
Yeah, I felt loved. And, some of my little girls was crying. My seniors, when they saw me, they was crying. I said, "Well, you gonna see me at graduation? You gonna cry again?" Yes.
I know they did.
So that was pretty much my week.
Okay.
I think, that was it.
Well, for my week, I went to a conference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think about what did I do at work prior to that, but we won't worry about it. I'm not sure what I
Did you
did.
order stuff? Were y'all trying to get your year in order? You had a
I had a
a
restorative
regular
conference.
no, but didn't you have a sources something?
Oh
Had a
yeah,
great sources
Monday. Yeah, we had a great
building
day
bracelets.
yeah, Sources Wellness Fair, Sources of Strength Wellness Fair at a middle school, and so we did a table where it's like the little letters that are cubes that they can make bracelets with. So to make bracelets with strength or people. Important people. So it was a lot of them that said mom.
Cool.
Some of them did their brother or sister's name. One put long live dad. And so they had a chance to come and make bracelets. So we helped them like find the letters, and we always run out of vowels. And so I was making V's into A's using a Sharpie with a
Like a fine tip.
fine tip Sharpie to make V's into A's, F's into E's, and
You said something about something into.
something I made to T's into I's. Yeah. So just so they could have all their letters. So that was the entire day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We were doing that with the middle schoolers, but it was a good time. Kids were so respectful, so sweet. Yeah, they were amazing.
That's a good activity for them during that week, because it can get kind of like, okay, because everybody else shutting down.
Yeah.
And so what are we going to do?
Yeah.
But that's real good, yeah.
So that was good. We did that. And then I spent Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at an LPC conference. It's the Georgia LPC organization. And they have it every other year in Atlanta. Next year they're having it in Savannah. But anywho, went there. As always at conferences, there you choose your things, and there are some that are great and some that you're like, what the wait.
Your speakers, yeah.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed my top three was anticipatory grief. I loved that workshop. That was really good. I also loved the one about intimacy, boundary setting as a therapist with your clients. That one was really good. The guy was a great speaker. And that was the first time he had done a large group. He says normally it's like a small setting or one-on-one. But he did an excellent job.
Did you get pointers for your presentation when you got to do in
For what?
a week, 2 weeks?
What am I doing, honey?
At the conference. Aren't y'all presenting at this conference?
Yeah, but...
I mean, did you get just pay attention?
Okay, I don't know if I'm biased, guys. But I really was like...
You're better than them?
Yeah.
I know, but still, when I go to something that I do, or I'm prepping to do, I watch. Even I just watch the flow. I watch the crowd to know.
What are people doing?
Yeah, because he may not even be.
What I liked about the guy that did the intimacy, I'm not a stand behind a podium, read from a paper kind of presenter. I like to move about.
Yeah.
I don't want to rely on a paper to read from. And I like to kind of gauge what I'm going to say as I look at how the crowd is responding. I guess that's kind of improv a little bit in some things, because if they aren't feeling a certain thing and you say you notice it, then I'm not going to go on and talk about that.
Yeah.
Let me move and say something else.
Yeah. When you know the material, you can do that.
Yeah. So the guy that did the boundary, he knew the stuff. And he didn't have a paper in front of him.
Good,
he did an excellent job. So as in regards to presenting, that was him. What I loved about the anticipatory grief session was the lady that presented, her best friend is terminally ill right now. She had lung cancer. She wasn't a smoker. They got it out of her lung, but then moved to her brain. And so she just had brain surgery maybe a month or so ago. And so as she was talking about it, the presenter would talk in regards from the therapist point of view, but then her best friend would talk from a client point of view, like what impacted her.
So her best friend was presenting also with her?
So she was sitting down because she could. Because I think for her brain thing, she sat in a chair up there.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
So that really was a neat experience to see. And then even for her, we automatically seen people that are terminally ill that they their grief would be super. I'm gonna say like they're gonna be sad. They're gonna be like, what am I gonna do? But she has got, I don't know if it's through her therapy, like she's gotten to this point, and I'm sure she probably said that, but at this point she's like doing all of the things to celebrate her life right now.
Correct.
She's planned her funeral. She picked this. I picked this amazing black woman priest that's going to do my her funeral, and she said she wrote a list of people that her partner that he is allowed to date when she's gone, and like she did all of the, so it was just and then the things that they had done together. So they did these special friendship bracelets. They're making she wrote for her parents every day last year. She wrote them a question to answer.
Oh man!
And so now that they're done, she's giving them the book next week. That put it all together.
Wow!
So it's just
tough.
amazing, But the things that she did, like she's going to be able to live on in such an amazing way. But just how do you help? And so I loved it because I thought if I ever had a client that was terminally ill and I was helping them through that, just being able to get them to a point where they could be where she is. It was pretty awesome. And then another session that was like was a lady that was from South Africa. She's a therapist, and she was just talking about certain survival. Oh gosh, now I lost the word. But just the way that people survive. There's different things, and it was
Tactics.
Techniques, kind of like survival techniques,
strategies,
methods.
Yeah.
And they were categorized by like one was migrate, one was I can't think of them. They were by colors like blue. But anyways, it's a theory, and the theory is something that she brought from South Africa because she was explaining it, and it seemed so awesome because it really is like the toll is the final result, which means the cost. So whatever the client, the trauma, what's the cost of the trauma? Meaning, what are they left with now? What are they isolated? Are they I'm thinking of my one client that I have that just is always exhausted. So what are they left with from their trauma? So you work from that upward in order to support them. So like I asked her more because it was really interesting. Seems like great work that you could do with a client, but the actual workshop, because she was an hour and a half presenter, it's in South Africa. They do it virtually, but their virtual classes like live are on.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing it.
Yeah, they're on South African time.
Yeah, I forgot how many hours it was.
Yeah, so she said it'd be like 3 a.m. for us, but they do have self-guided. I'm not a good self-guided person, but I would love to learn. But I would love to learn more in person with that. It was very interesting. So, anyways, other than that, it was great. It was a great conference, and lots of therapists. I love to see a lot of us. It was a lot of us there that are therapists there.
Yeah, we need to be back in. We need not back in it, but we need to have more of us involved into the counseling realm.
Yeah, lots of us there, and even people from small towns in Georgia where they're like in their like little city. There's like 2 therapists.
Oh, they gonna come. They love a conference. Those small town people love a conference.
So
And
I thought
eat.
that seems so interesting too, like to be like how the client to therapist, like there's going to be an overlap because you're in a small town.
The code of ethics is, we spoke about that in my code of ethics class on how boundaries cross quite often when you're in a small town. You know what I mean? You're going to see them at a club. You're going to see them. You may even
at their grocery store.
You may even be their therapist, and all of a sudden you find out that they're dating somebody related closely to you.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of the matter. But they said the ethics board understands that because of the proximity of people there. So But it's, as long as you're professional,
Yeah.
and can handle it, shouldn't be a big deal.
The one I had with the relationship boundary setting, he said that 70% of therapists have been attracted to their clients.
I can see that. I mean, it's almost and kind of like when, I mean, it's flipping it, but you know how what they call Stockholm syndrome, when somebody's kidnapped or something, then they start developing feelings for their captor, or their the person that's being aggressive towards them in an abusive, not even just an abusive relationship, but like it can be a friendship, and all of a sudden they kind of develop feelings and sympathy, not empathy for them, I guess I should say. Yeah.
And they were like, if you feel like a client is thinking more than just the client to therapist relationship, like they said, oftentimes people will try to ignore it, and that is the wrong thing to do. No. Like you need to say, hey, I don't know if you are confused or thinking that this can be more than that, but it can be nothing, but not to ignore it, but to address it.
Definitely, they said that in the book too.
Because
they said
then
you definitely got to address it.
It'll go into something that then you're in too deep, and that person is like in love
They're also,
with you.
The client will also prolong their healing
to stay with you.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to do my homework, but I tried, okay, we've got to keep going.
And they do. I give homework, and I try to make it very easy, simple.
They got to do the work. They got to understand in life you got to do the work. We done turned this into the therapy talk.
Okay, sorry.
Go back to the weekly fire.
Oh, yes.
Boom, 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 boom. Fire. Boom, 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 boom. And what?
All right. I was on fire, y'all.
Fire.
So I forgot to share this last week during Kimani's graduation celebration.
I think that you should let it burn when you feel it.
So at the end of the night, I was cleaning up the kitchen, and we had candle lit in the middle of the island, and I'm wiping the island, and all of a sudden I hear somebody say, "Stop, don't move." And I was like, "What? You're on fire." I said, "I'm on fire." And my little niece, she's grown. I say little niece, but she's grown. Deja leaves me. She runs upstairs.
Okay. Hey, for all our age right here, right? I'm a little older than this one. But listen, if you remember any time on the Cosby Show when Peter was at the Cosby's and somebody got in trouble or something, what happened? Peter would always take off, the little chubby white kid. Peter would always dip out. That's exactly what Deja did. As soon as I told Cree, "Stop, don't move, your hair's on fire," when she saw that, she took off. Well, she didn't. She thought it was a bug for her. Yeah. I said, "Stop, don't move." She saw me just kind of get frantic. She took off and ran.
And I was like, Deja, she's like, I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe there was a bug. And I knew, like, if it was a bug, I was out of there too. She left me, but my hair was on a fire. And the whole downstairs smelled like burnt hair.
It was
this hair, but
it was like breaking apart. Like that's where the flame had got. It said whoop, and then it started doing that, and I went and she like up. And I went over there and saved my baby.
He saved
her from burning up.
But first he was like, "Stop, don't move." I was like, "What?"
Because if she would have ran, that thing would have. She would have been on fire for real.
Then,
trust me, I know.
The next day, when everybody's over for wings and celebrating Kimani after we left the winery, my brother-in-law, he asked my brother-in-law to bring him out the drawer. Our drawer that has the
torches, the lighter.
He said, "Hey, Boog, bring me the lighter outside for the grill." I don't know what he was doing, but he started fiddle-faddling with Kimani's
cooking burner,
the torch
that you do like creme brulee. Yeah.
So whatever, he started fooling with Kimani's creme brulee thing, but then didn't realize he had to click it to turn it off. I think he thought he'd just be done to turn it off. Child, all the papers in the drawer was on fire.
Put it back in the drawer. Close the drawer.
We was like, I said, "What are you doing? You supposed to be taking the lighter. Why are you playing with the kitchen lighter thing?"
Every time we have a plethora of people at my crib, something happens.
Remember the time when the kids knocked the pictures all down off the wall here?
Yep.
It's something always.
Knocked the pictures down. But when we was here, was that Thanksgiving?
We set the oven on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, set the oven on fire,
Lord.
trying to clean the oven before we cook for Thanksgiving, and then had the flames on and
So then,
the fume, the whole house. Me and Papa came back from somewhere. From
y'all
Home
went to
Depot.
Walmart, and so we was like trying to clean the oven because Granny had baked a cake and
Yeah,
it
spilled over.
It
Yeah.
spilled over, so we were trying to
Yeah.
clean the oven, but it was a lot of spillover. We didn't like take the extra out.
Yeah.
So we just turned on the self cleaning. So the house got real smoky. So we were like, well, we was just outside on the patio, just talking, chit chatting. Kids upstairs, they have not said anything about the
nothing.
house being smoky. They came back and was like, what is going on? There go Papa again. What is going on with my family? The kitchen on fire. What y'all doing?
It was smoke. I'm telling you, we opened the front door. It's like smoke came out of the front door.
And we was like, what? What's going on?
Yeah, they all out there on the patio. I said, boy.
Oh, it
They
was
gonna
so
burn us up.
funny. Yeah. So
yeah.
anywho, that was my fire child. My hair was on fire.
On fire.
On
All
fire.
right, so let's start therapizing.
Okay, let's get back to
Everybody.
therapizing. The one thing I wanted to talk about this time was, I'm just noticing, and specifically like with my clients, but I think in general with people, because people are just not managing feelings, emotions well.
That's right.
And so I really want to talk about like coping, like how do we cope today in today's climate, which is very triggering.
Yeah.
So how do you cope so that the climate doesn't get the best of you, that you show up in a way that you wouldn't show up, but also just to take care of your mental health. So I just really want to talk about the importance of having some coping skills. And I remember for the boys when they were in college and I would talk to them, I'd say, okay, give me your top 3 coping skills. And they look at me, I go, no, I'm serious. Like, what do you do to cope when things get challenging? Because life does get challenging. There are things that impact us and we can't just not do anything.
Yeah.
So what do we do to cope? So what are your top 3 coping skills? What do you use to cope?
One thing I do, it depends on what the situation is.
Okay.
You know, when you're talking about today's social climate, I get off of social media, you know, because it's after every scroll, because it's something you be like, I can't believe, and you look at it and you get more upset. And you're like, I knew it, but why did I read it? So when it comes to that, if it's social media stuff, you know, I just leave it alone. One thing that never fails for me is finding something good to listen to, you know, good music. But like I said, it just depends on what it is, you know. But when the social climate, that's the only thing that really allows me to be triggered is when I'm on social media, because we don't really watch the news much.
No, we don't.
You know, I'm not out in the public to the point where I'm not in the public space where it's in my face. Somebody's pointing it, you know, and saying it. Yes, I do see it demonstrated in some ways, and sometimes I think it may be my own.
You're already
Yeah,
sensitive.
I'm trying to say, did they do that because I'm black? Did they do this because I'm black?
I do find I do that.
You know
too.
what I mean? Little stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, for a prime example, I have a Jeep, and there's a lot of Jeeps in our area, and I can definitely tell you, the Jeep wave has went down a lot, a whole lot.
I noticed that when I drove your Jeep.
You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
before, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Before the Jeep wave was up, wow, everywhere you go, right here. Now, I mean, literally, like it's down. Like, you know, so it's little stuff. So I'm like, they do that because I'm black in my Jeep, and other little things like you know, you see stuff, people purposely cutting you off, purposely not doing little stuff in traffic, and you wonder, you know, but hey, I can't help but the one I grew up in this in racism. I ain't even gonna lie, screw it.
From Alabama.
Yeah, I'm from, you know, in the deep South. So a lot of this stuff don't surprise me.
Yeah.
I see it already, you know. Hope in tomorrow. No, they gonna be who they gonna be. They always been that way. And so it's I just really try to turn it off And I think one of the main things, because back in the day when I was young, I would have cussed somebody out. I'd be ready to throw some knuckles, whatever. But now I have a lot more to lose. I just kind of
Also, it's not appropriate.
yeah, it ain't appropriate, but you know what I'm saying. It's like it's just I just try to turn it off, and I think about all the other good things, because in my almost 52 years, I've had a lot of great times that I can reflect to immediately and laugh at.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when social climate. And the other thing we'll talk about later, when you said what does self-care look like, we'll talk about that. That's kind of like a coping thing to me. But we'll talk about that when you get to that point.
Yeah, self-care is that.
What do you do?
I think for me, I like to vent, which
Yeah.
venting helps me to cope and kind of talk through things. So I enjoy a good venting session because you can kind of just get it out of your thoughts.
Yeah.
I am good at, like, my mama always sends me political things, and I oftentimes don't even open it, because once I see what's on it, once I look at the first picture, I go, not putting that into my, So that's also, like, to me, boundary setting.
Yeah.
I'm big on boundary setting. I think that's a way to cope, knowing what things upset you, and then putting that boundary there for that. And then I also I like practicing gratitude, and I think I do that through prayer in the morning. So every morning before I even start my day, I think that is a coping strategy for me. And it's always more of a prayer of thanks, because then I'm starting my day with the gratitude. And I also think the way that we start our day with the radio station, well, I will say, even with, I love Ricky Smiley, and we listen to Ricky Smiley and Breakfast Club intertwined. But in the morning, I try to make sure that I get up for the praise thing. So there's a pastor that will pray, and then the music. And so even if, like, I'm doing my exercise in the morning, I try to make it in time enough so that when it gets to 6, it's my stretch time, but I'll turn my stretch stuff down and play that. So just to kind of have that way of starting my day with something more positive.
Yeah.
At the start of the day. So whatever I meet throughout the day, hopefully it can counter.
You're already armored.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You already got it's like going outside ready for the weather. You already got your umbrella, you got your bug spray, you already got that stuff. So when you get out into, you go, I already put this stuff on.
Well,
good.
and that's kind of like what I told one of my clients, that there is a certain thing that happens in their life that is going to cause them some strife.
Yeah.
And so we talked through, and I said, well, did you practice some of those things? And I'm telling them to, like, you need to practice them prior to.
Right.
So that is, I said, it's like a hurricane, and you are boarding, like how people board their homes before the hurricane.
Prep, yeah.
That is exactly what it means when you practice your coping strategies beforehand and you fill yourself up. Then that's like you putting the boards up for that hurricane, so that you are armored and protected, and so that whatever comes, maybe when that specific person comes that time, it does, like, maybe they just happen to be great. So, well, you can go, oh, well, listen, I'm even happier. Like, I can take the joy I already created for myself, and then this was good. Like, now I'm super super happy or super, but then if that person comes and it is the hurricane, they come as the hurricane, you're already prepared for it. So I think people don't realize it. What I love about my role as a wellness specialist, like when we go to schools and I'm like that sources of strength, we tell them to tap into their strengths. So we're teaching them, like, who are your people?
That's all I'm about to say. And some people don't know what their strengths are.
No. Well, the wheel, like, they have the wheel. And so the wheel is like, who are your people? And, okay, you can say, well, I don't really have, because there are some people that say they don't have any people.
That's
okay,
true.
Well, what are the healthy activities? What are the things you like to do? Those are things. If you like to a good Chick-fil-A meal brings you a little bit of joy. Well, in moderation, maybe you say today, I need my Chick-fil-A meal
my
today.
Chick-fil-A.
And that's going to help me to feel better. We talk about what are the physical activities. Well, what are some of the things that you like to do? Is it yoga? Is it going for a run? Is it calling a friend and saying, hey, you want to go on a walk to the park today? Like, what are those things that you're able to do that are a part, and they're your strengths, and the reason they are your strengths is because they help you to feel stronger
Right.
in challenging times. So knowing those things, they're not difficult things, and so that kind of leads into like self-care, because people oftentimes, I think self-care has become a word where people are like, that's just a buzzword. But self-care is essentially coping skills, and they're coping tools or strategies or things that help you to just take care of your mental health, your mental
What refuels
wellness,
you.
what refuels you. So something I think is like super important for everybody is like on purpose, and you start light, like don't make it too hard, but on your calendar for like, we're getting ready to get into June, or you can do it for the rest of May, schedule joy. So what is a thing that brings you joy? And with some of us being so busy working, trying to do all the things to pay for all the things, what is the joy thing? You might put, okay, on May 28th after work, I don't have anything to do, and I have not had a Dairy Queen Blizzard in a long time. I'm going to go, and I might just sit in Dairy Queen and eat it by myself. Maybe I listen to one of my favorite podcasts, and by myself with my podcast, that's my joy activity. And so it's nothing that is very expensive, but it is your schedule, and it gives you something to look forward to. Maybe you schedule with your friends or your best friend, like, hey, can we do the 31st of May after work, just meet up and have a couple of glasses of wine. Whatever that may be, but scheduling joy on purpose, not waiting for somebody to invite you to joy, but you scheduling joy for yourself.
So what are some of your immediate self-care things you can do for yourself, and maybe one or two
That are not
thoughtfully planned out things that you like? You may not do it all the time, but it's like, if I could, this is definitely something I would want to do as a self-care. Because sometimes people have that one self-care thing that they do once a year.
Yeah.
So what are like maybe three things that you can immediately do for yourself that you like, not for anybody else, but that you like, and then that one big thing that you like to do?
I will say for me, my manicure and pedicure, because I really like my my nail lady, and just talking to her is like a good conversation joy. Okay. So I enjoy that. The one thing that we haven't done, but I really, really enjoyed it, was the candle making. So that would be something I think I'd try to fit in, not all the time, but something to go do something like that. Like they even have the perfume making too.
Yeah, they got that at Ponce, I think.
I think that would be nice. If I had to think of something that didn't cost money, I think for me, didn't cost a lot of money because things cost. But for me, I don't mind coming and getting some good snacks and a glass of wine and watching a good rom-com. That brings me joy, just that time to just sit and do that. And most of all is having a slow start to a morning. Okay. That is self-care for me, because that just helps me just to feel less anxious, and more relaxed. What about you?
My immediates, one thing, I actually like quiet solitude moments.
Me too.
Moments of solidarity, I guess you should say.
Yeah.
And that could be anything from like just driving, riding a motorcycle, or just, sometimes like if I get here before you are here and I just sit and you like, the TV ain't on, and I might not even be on my phone. I just maybe just sitting there, or I'm on my phone. I'm not even scrolling. I'm just like, I don't know, just something, just looking at the phone, just flipping through this. What is this app for? Just a moment of silence. Because it's so many things in my ear all day when you're in schools, and it's just, and you're pulled by so many different people, and kids, especially when you was teaching elementary, how, oh, Miss Harper, look at me, watch what I can do. You're like, okay, babe, okay, So it's like I just want a moment where I'm not pulled. Like, I feel like a Stretch Armstrong now. I'm just trying to come back to myself. That's one thing. The other thing for me, in immediate, is listening to some good music. And I would say another thing that gives me for self-care is trying something that I have, like the DJing equipment, the guitar, playing around with some of the technology stuff I have. Doing that stuff, even though I'm not mastering it, or even like doing yoga, like just doing something that I haven't done, just to know that I did it, gives me self-care, to know that I can do it. It kind of motivates me to like, okay, let's move forward. It energizes me a little bit. And then the other thing, real quick, is about like, instant, is self-care for me is physical touch from you. Like, just, it makes me feel like I'm seen, I'm important, I'm necessary, I'm desired, or anything. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get into a point where I do so much for folks that I feel like I'm a tool more so than
a person, a human.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying, but it's just
Appreciate it.
Yeah, but even more so appreciate it. It just seems like I'm just, and I know I'm purposeful doing things, and I don't do things for the gratitude, but sometimes it feels like it's just like, it feels like it's like I'm an eraser on a pencil. Okay. You know what I mean? Is what I mean by that is that okay, I'm using you, but I appreciate you for erasing my things, but that's it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, what can I get from you? Not that I hate the eraser. Yeah. It's just that that's it. You're just there for me for now. And so sometimes I want to be around someone that desire to be around me. Yeah. I want to speak to someone that seeks me out to speak to me. And that's what it feels like sometimes. We get, we're not seen. But that's historically for black men. Remember that episode? It was like, why do you fix his plate? Yeah. It's because he's been doing so much for everyone else. And when my man comes in the house, I want him to feel like he's important somewhere. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, it just, so sometimes when you come, you just sit and, things like that, and you lay your head or whatever. It just makes me feel, better. Now, the long-term self-care, or not long-term, the big self-care is taking a trip. Oh, yeah, that's not necessarily excursion field. Yeah. But it's it's moments of, like when we went to Jamaica, I could have been pleased not going anywhere, doing no excursions, just sitting on the beach, drinking, our little, whatever we was drinking that one drink of, eating our jerk chicken from the jerk shack. That's it. A trip that I know that's going to be filled with just some salt water, some new sights, laughter, and intimacy. That's true self-care for that year for me. You know what I mean?
That's true. I feel like I need that every year, and if I don't,
of course,
if I don't get it, I do feel like something's missing.
Yeah, I feel like that whole year was like, what did I work for? Yeah. You know what I mean? Even if I bought stuff around the house, I'd be like, no, but what did I really work for? I'm working for these trips. Yeah. So that's me.
True. That's true.
But one thing too, you said that like people are afraid of self-care, or they're tired of self-care.
Yeah, they think of it as just like a buzzword.
Yeah, and I say this all the time. It's like we provide care for everything that we own. Yeah. We have warranties for our appliances. We do 3,000-mile oil changes. We have people come and check your HVAC system, making sure they're right twice a year. But when it comes to us, we don't take the time. We think that our health is negotiable.
Yeah. I also think that people also depend so much on other people to make them happy.
Yeah.
And so when things feel like hard, you don't feel cared about, that's the purpose of self-care.
Yeah.
Because you are in charge of your own happiness and your own joy. We can't depend upon other people to do that for us.
Yeah.
I think that's just an extra to go with it. Hopefully you married someone that would do things too, but also it's not completely their responsibility to make you happy.
Yeah.
You have to do some of those things for yourself, which is what self-care is.
But also, you may need self-care out of the blue. You may come home, or I may come home like, hey, where you at? I went to the nail salon. Then you get your nails done. Listen, I needed to go. You know what I mean? You just may needed it at that moment. And I think with that being said, sometimes people won't do it because they're afraid of what the other person
May
or
say.
what the crowd or group or whoever they're trying to please may say.
Yeah.
And they may feel like they are being selfish.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't ask if everything was okay with me. Well, that's why it's self-care. You know what I mean? It's similar to a dream. I don't know nothing about your dream, and I can't dictate what you dream about.
Yeah.
You know, and I shouldn't be mad at it because it's your dream. So when it's time for me to have some self-care, if I feel like I need it, you know, as long as I'm not like snatching money out of the account where we can't eat because I'm trying to do
It's
X, Y,
impact,
Z.
yeah.
But if I feel like there's something that my body needs to perform better, to present myself better to my family,
Yeah.
a reasonable human being on the outside would be like,
Go do
take
what you
care
need
of
to
it.
do. Yeah.
Take care of it because I want the best version of you always in front of me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't do it because there are people who will say like, well, what about the rest of us?
Yeah. Well, I needed to. Well, then go do.
Right, exactly. Well, you know what I'm going to do? And then they be like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Self-care.
They don't know. They don't. And it's kind of like the phrase, self-care is selfish. Isn't selfish. I'm sorry. Self-care isn't selfish. And it isn't.
But to the misunderstood, they will say it is.
And I think that also comes down to communication too. Being able to communicate that need and helping somebody to kind of understand that and helping them figure out what can they do for themselves.
Yeah.
If they can't figure it out, helping them to see that. And I think it's important not only on your calendar to put, like I said, a joy activity for you, but if you're married or have a partner or whatever that is, y'all should schedule joy together too. So
Yep.
you can have your individual joy scheduled and then you can have your joy together so that when that day you have that challenging moment, you can say, ooh, today was tough, but ooh, I can't wait till May 28th because we are going to try out that new restaurant. And it just gives you something to look forward to that you know is going to be fun and enjoyable to do. So,
Like today, I said, I knew I wanted to go to the movie, especially when I saw the trailer. I said, I want to go see this. And I took my wife to the movies. And guess what?
Oh, gosh, guys.
We went back to the dating phases.
I didn't.
What did you do in the movies, Creed?
Y'all, I did not mean to. I didn't even realize that I did, but I fell asleep for 40 minutes of the movie. But y'all,
She needed that self-care.
I did.
She had to unplug.
But I'm so mad because I missed my favorite little actress lady.
Erica Alexander, is her name?
Yes,
Alexandra?
Erica Alexander from Living Single.
Yeah.
What was her character on
Max.
Max.
Yeah.
She played on that, and that part I wanted to see.
But
and
she
I
fell
missed
asleep,
it.
so
I fell asleep and I missed it.
She needed her self-care. But this was a form of self-care for me as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's when I go somewhere with
we
my little wives.
And we got popcorn.
Yeah, we had popcorn,
and
but it's
stuff.
just those are the things, man. You gotta find time for yourself. I'm telling you, you have to.
Because if you
have
don't, we see every day. I always say we see people on the news who aren't taking care of themselves. The emotions are building up. They can't manage it, and it comes out in ways that aren't healthy. We see it in so many settings where people are having trouble coping with the challenges of life, and they come out in so many different ways, whether that's through the way you talk to people, through
Stress, heart attack.
heart attack, suicide, all of those things. And so depression, all those things, isolation. And so it's so important for you to figure out what do you need, what to cope. And if you don't know, have somebody, say, listen, I'm struggling and I need some help figuring out how to cope with what I'm feeling. Don't be afraid to ask for help. So everybody's got to have at least 3 coping things in their back pocket to pull out to use, and then figure out what's going to be your 4th, because sometimes those 3 kind of feel like they're not working. So
quick 3 you recommend for people to try if they're coping.
I would say daily gratitude.
Okay, give me another. Come on.
I would say music.
Okay, give me another.
I would say connection, friend, venting.
All right. I would say breathing techniques. I would say reframing your mind, set, your thought patterns about the situation.
Negative, positive.
And then the other one, a coping skill that I would say is definitely having a source of communication, like either it's another person, journaling, or prayer, but you get the thoughts out.
Yeah.
Get them out. That's what I would say. Those are just quick ones.
Very nice. All right, moving on. It's your turn.
Those out there pies.
They're pies and y'all.
All right, so now we're going to talk a little feel good, because we feel good. Yeah. So this feel good session is about this little girl who just realized that she was what? We're not even going to tell them. Right. Read the story, and then because I didn't know what she realized until I was reading the story.
Okay.
And then when I read the story, she said she has a secret to tell me. So first of all, any adult, if somebody a little kid comes into, or any educators out there, first of all, y'all heard some crazy stories. We have kids that come, guess what, Coach Hare, guess what, Dr. Hare? I mean, like, what? Guess what I found out about my mom? So, oh, don't worry about it. Don't tell me. You had to tell you, don't tell me real quick, because I'm a mandated reporter. I don't want to know your mama stripping. Your
mama can strip. That is not, we don't report stripping.
No, but I don't want her telling the school. Like, I don't really want to know your mama stripping.
Okay.
I'd rather find out your mama stripping by being at the strip club, be like, and she was like, you teach my daughter, right? Like, oh, shit, my bad. As opposed to your daughter told me. Yeah, she told me you strip.
God.
That's why I'm here, sign her homework. Nah, but that, or like, your mama doing something else. My mama, and such and such, which happened at Blair.
Yeah.
When the kid was saying, like, I saw such and such at my house. Him and my mama was in the back room.
Oh, I said, ooh. Yeah.
So you hear those things. So anytime a kid say they have something to tell you, you kind of be like, uh-oh.
What is it?
Yeah, what is it? So this little girl.
Yeah, this little girl, she's a kindergartner. And so, as you said, we hear all kinds of things.
Yes.
Parents, listen, your teachers know a lot of y'all business because your babies share it. So this little girl went up
real quick.
Yeah.
We just want to tell any educator or any adult, you gotta be an educator, in the comments, drop just a crazy line, a sentence of whatever a kid told you that you was like, oh, okay. A secret a kid told you just out of the blue. All right. So this little girl, she said she had some good news to tell her teacher. Her teacher is Mrs. Jameson. And so she says, well, tell me she said, I got some secret good news. She says, well, tell me your secret good news. She said, I have never told you I was African American. I'm African American. And so the teacher said, she said, I was African American this whole time. And her teacher was like, did you just find this out? She said, yes, I've been African American the whole time. Her teacher said, well, baby, I knew. Yeah.
And so then she said, well, good. So then she came around to hug her, and you saw her little chocolate arm wrap around her. Just like, how did she not know? The only thing I thought about was, that teacher probably treats them all
everybody's same. Yeah.
Like they don't even notice that.
No favoritism, no nothing.
No favoritism, that they are all just her babies in that classroom. But she said her sister told her.
Yeah.
And so It made me think of also Kahari when they had something and they had to put what race they were. He was confused. He was like, he didn't know what to put because for so long he thought he was vanilla, so he thought he was white. But then we're black and like, well, he thought I was vanilla
Yeah, thought
too.
she was vanilla too.
And he knew his daddy was black, and he was like, I think he was mixed race, or he put something,
yeah.
and we were like, baby, you are black. You are not mixed. I'm not white.
Yeah.
So for some kids, that's so funny. But she was chocolate. So it's so funny that she did not realize she was African American.
Or probably she just didn't know the terminology of African American until
Yeah.
later, and then which was one thing. I'm sure she knew she was black, but not African American.
African American,
Yeah.
maybe so.
It was just so cool that the teacher didn't dismiss her because she kind of like let her say, oh, for real? Wow. But guess what? I knew
She
that
said,
all
baby,
the time.
I already knew
Yeah.
that. She's like, you did?
Yeah.
She said, yeah.
I bet she thought she cool. My teacher cool. She knew I was African American. So that's just a little feel good story,
yeah.
So any feel good stories you have, ladies and gentlemen out there, any achievements, hit us up on at refreshingly normal podcast@gmail.com. So you can email us any stories you have to say or any accolades, and who knows, we'll read them on the pod.
On the air.
All right, now let's move on to our
Believe
It, Sister of
the week.
Now let's talk about this. What Charlemagne the God says, if everybody know about Charlemagne the God, he always says this one thing: the craziest people come out of Brooklyn and all of Florida.
And this is in Jacksonville, Florida.
All right.
All right. There was a Subway manager in Jacksonville avoided jail time after pleading guilty.
That's a double believe it, sister.
Yeah. After pleading guilty to child abuse. Here's the child abuse. He locked a 10-year-old girl in a back room of the Subway because she accidentally walked across a freshly mopped floor. The child's mother has simply asked her daughter to apologize, but the manager reportedly grabbed the girl by the hand.
Come on now.
Now, first of all, what's
Kidnap.
the mama doing?
He kidnapped the child.
I wish
Go ahead.
somebody would.
Grab my child.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anywho.
Yeah.
But the manager reportedly grabbed the girl by the hand, took her into the locker room, and held the door shut while the mother fought to get inside. The girl later told police she thought she was being kidnapped and said the manager insulted her parents while she was trapped. The child was reportedly held for about 2 minutes before her mother was able to force the door open. Another employee described the manager's behavior as weird. And believed the child was in danger.
Yeah.
Despite the severity of the situation, the manager received a plea deal
deal.
that included 3 years probation, no additional jail time beyond 2 days already served, mandatory mental health and substance abuse evaluation, and a no contact order with the family.
So he would have been in the hospital for a little bit. So he would have had some hospital stay time. He would have, for one, Subway, their number one seller that day, sandwich would have been a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
And the foot long would have been in his ass. Because I got to wear size 12. You know what I mean? And so that would have been that foot long right there with a little shin in it. That's how far I would have been in there.
Let me tell you what, that Subway would have been towed
Of
up.
course.
No way in the world were you going to grab. And the mother probably was, for one, I think, surprised. Because who would think that somebody would come and grab? But
you ain't got to.
What was her response?
Ain't no surprise.
Oh, no, child. Let me tell you
Come
what.
on, man.
I would have scratched his eyeballs out. He would have messed with the wrong one that day.
Yeah, he
First of all, that happens often. Like, I know when people mop, I try my best to kind of walk around. But depending on where I'm going, now if you mopped where I got to walk through, then guess what?
Yeah, I gotta walk
through
You picked
it.
the wrong turn to mop.
So I cannot believe. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I feel like there are times where people got to do 45 days in jail, or
You gotta do something.
however
That's
many
what I'm
times.
saying. They dropped. Ain't no plea.
He should have got at least a 30-day something.
We're not offering a plea.
No.
And I'll be so pissed that they offer him a plea.
And they show the picture of him.
Then so the girl. I feel you.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
It's Florida. And it's Florida.
I'm very
It's over there where Mar-a-Lago at.
curious.
Mar-a-Lago's over there in Florida.
I'm very curious to who was the girl and the mother. I'm very curious to that.
But yeah, and it may have been some of our
It could have been
Central American
That's
brethren
what I
and
feel
sisters,
like.
because a Florida sister in Jacksonville
Oh no, baby.
would have tore it up.
Tow it up. Okay.
That's Duval.
Listen.
Duval, they would have tore it up.
Listen. And then that wouldn't even been the end of it, because she would have called all the people
That's what I'm saying.
to come on up, please.
So I think it was somebody else who didn't want no static, no smoke, because it's so much going on with them right now. So they was like, yeah, ugh.
I believe that too.
And that was probably his little scare tactic, like, and tell them what else he said to them.
Yes, what he said to them.
This is what's going to happen to you. You're going to be locked up. I'm going to do, so no.
Oh, I
That's
didn't even think of
That's
that.
what I'm saying. So, yeah, he would have been.
Oh, that just angers me more.
Yep. He would have got a foot long, though, in
And
another
the thing
sandwich.
they didn't even mention, does he still work at not Starbucks?
Nah,
Subway?
probably not. Well, ain't no telling, because I see there's a lot of crazy folks at Subway. That's where they work at. Like that one by the school.
Oh,
When I was in there, them folks were looking up there that one time, ordered my sandwich, and they was doing all this and moving like. And I was like, they ain't even making those, They
You
doing,
remember the one video where the lady
said,
was making it and she was like on something and she
Yeah.
was just kind of like.
And then I went to school. And the kids like, hey, where you get it Subway? I said, I got it from right there. They said, you got it from where? Oh, they meth heads up there. I said, I saw them.
Oh,
They said, I don't go up there anymore, but they changed. It's not, well, them people, those kids are not there no more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
yeah, they were just
gosh.
over there just
Yes. So,
making a sandwich like that.
yeah.
I said, shh,
I can't even imagine. I mean, I just cannot
tweaking that Subway.
even imagine a man grabbing my child by the arm.
Come on now.
And putting him in a closet.
In the come on, look.
Listen, I want to fight him right now.
Yeah, I would have flipped
And it was not even my
everything.
child.
I'm talking about Subway would have been jacked up.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about everything. He would have been messed up too.
Yes.
He'd have been messed up.
Like, that is out of order.
Yeah.
Out of order.
I'd have had him up so bad when they came in there. That joke been laying on top of the meats, like he was a selection.
Okay.
He'd have been all up on
I
there,
don't know.
bruised up, eyes, everything.
I don't want to sound violent, but they
Oh no,
gotta-
I'm
they
gonna
got-
sound
they
it. When
got
it comes
some-
to doing something like that, yeah,
I don't even think so.
No.
But he did it, and so guess what?
Believe it, sister.
Old raggedy self.
old raggedy tail self. All right, side eye of the week.
You gonna start? You on me?
You know what? I got two side eyes.
Okay. You
The
want
first
me-
one
okay.
was happened a few hours ago.
When? What?
I'm sitting there like this, and I said, "Oh man, you see that? That's crazy." I look, that mother like this, and then when she sleep, Cree got a little lip that does this and come down like that. When she really sleep, it be like, I said, she gone. She is gone. I ain't even worried about it. I got a little video of it though.
Oh no!
I might clip it in.
Please don't.
Where she sleep. So that's my side eye. She went back to when we was dating, and she fell asleep on me at a few movies, and so
Hey,
I started
y'all.
taking her out to the matinees because I was like, if she go to sleep, I'm not wasting any money. And hey, thank God it was the matinee today, and $11 VIP seats each. So hey, she gave me about $6 worth of movie watching. So that's one side eye. The other side eye was this
my
little dude that
gosh.
worked for the Department of Transportation. I had to take a random drug test, since I was supposed to have my CDL to drive school buses for activities, trips, field
I want
trips
to
and
fight
coach.
him too. Subway and
I
DOT.
come up in the principal said, "Hey, somebody need to see you in the other principal's office." I said, "All right, bet." And I'm thinking, I know I ain't do nothing to no kids, but did the teachers do anything? They need me to be a witness. I'm like, oh God, what's going on? And I noticed that I was feeling suspicious because the principal kept following me. Like, I know where the class at, and he kept following me. So then as soon as I get up into the principal office, this guy, little young brother sitting behind the desk, and said, just put your things over there. Just looked at me, and I'm like, and I looked at him, and he said, yeah, just put your things right there. I said, say what now?
And what did
drop,
you say?
drop your bag right there. And he said, and then I need you to sign this right here, initial sign this. I said, hold up, who are you and what's this for? I need you to, I said, excuse me, who are you and what is this for? You need to take a drug test. I said, for what? He said, it's a random drug test for the Department of Transportation. Because at first he said a drug test, and I was thinking like,
Somebody said you was on drugs.
yeah.
They report you or something
And
like
then
that.
I started thinking, you know, it was like within a split second, I thought somebody tried to report me for acting crazy or something.
Yeah.
I said, well, I am smiling all the time. Like that one teacher said, why are you always smiling in this chaos that we're dealing with? And then the other thing, I was like, well, my internship said I got to take a drug test. Maybe they sent him to get it
okay.
here. So, but then his rude demeanor just said, I was like, I said, try this again. He said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm with the Department of Transportation, and we select, you know, bus drivers to do random drug tests. I said, when y'all started this? Because I've been driving buses for 10 years, you know, and well, it's some, you know, new that they're doing now. I said, this year. I said, oh, okay. All right, bet. So at one point I was thinking, don't take the test because, you know, I was like, I ain't no need. They said my privileges was invalid because I didn't get enough drives within the first semester. So I was like, plus I'm going to a new school. I'm like, I ain't driving no more. I don't even want to do it. So I don't need to take no test. But then I said, no. I said, they trying to find a reason to cut black people from everything. I said, this may give him a reason to say, oh, he refused to take drug tests. He must be guilty. And let's fire him. I said, you know, plus I ain't got nothing to hide. And I had to pee, so here you go. So so we took the test. And then, you know, that was it. But I was just very, I guess you could say, not perturbed. I was pissed off.
Yeah, because
to say
of
the least, how he approached
the
me.
approach.
Yeah, he approached me differently. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what your job is. You know, even you know, and I had to tell people, you know, even like police, you know, and I understand what they're doing, but there's a way you can approach someone
It's the way you
in a
talk
situation,
to people.
talking to a person, whatever. You got to treat people as if they are humans first of all.
Yeah.
And how would it be if I just came to you and talked to you some kind of way, said drop your stuff right there, whatever. But that's my side. It was handled very unprofessionally, you know, and so that's that.
Yeah, I was ready to fight somebody too. Let me tell you, because
man.
that's just not how you do it. The appropriate way
Yeah.
should have been when you came in and says, "Hello, my name is such and such. I'm from the DOT.
Yep.
I'm here to do a random drug test for you today."
Yep.
Period.
That's it.
all he had to do.
I'm like, oh, okay, bet.
So if you would please put your things over here
and follow me to this
and follow me to this area so we can go ahead and get this done
That's it.
quickly. Thank you so much.
That's it.
That's it. Customer service.
He had me pissed off.
Child. I'm glad I didn't answer my phone through the day because I had to still work with those middle schoolers. I would have been.
So I was a little.
Because that bothered me all night.
Yeah, I was shaking. Yeah, I was not shaking, but I was shaking to the point where I'm like, you know what, man, it's just one extra thing that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
But you know, God will test you. He would test you, and He's been testing me a lot lately. Been testing me a lot lately, and you know, but it's stuff that it's like an already lost fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But He's still testing. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
still, yes.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But those are my two side eyes. So if I have two side eyes, that means I'm either cross eyed or I'm semi.
Yeah. Well, your second cross-eyed was a good.
That was a valid cross eye.
That was valid.
But the first one wasn't valid. Child, please.
Anywho, my side eye is people that attended the conference.
What they do?
People, I mean, I feel like people are losing decorum. They
are.
They're losing it, and people are just. I think it kind of goes with now they're doing it live and in person. You know how people feel like they can go online and say however they feel to people's responses?
Yeah.
I feel like people are now it's transitioning into doing it live and in person. So for instance, we had the keynote speaker on Wednesday, and she's up there speaking, and the mic system was a little bit janky, but it was okay. The room was a large ballroom, and if you're really interested,
okay. You're probably getting ready to say I had this question, but I forgot to ask you. Go ahead.
It was a large ballroom. You can sit wherever you want to sit. If you're really interested, because sometimes people aren't interested in what the keynote speaker is saying. But if you're truly interested, then you should have took your little self up to the front of the room so you could hear what she had to say. If you really were interested. But let me tell y'all, that lady is up there. She is a professor at John Hopkins, and she great speaker. She has a really good keynote, honey. About 10 minutes in or 5 minutes in, somebody in the back goes, "We can't hear you." I said, "What the hell? Who
Get your ass up and walk to the
who
front.
does that? Get your little self up. There's plenty
hear,
of seats
right.
up here where we're sitting.
But you want me to address you specifically
Yeah.
because you decided to sit in the back.
You decide to sit in the back. Honey, I said no. So then it's another gentleman there. I'm not going to say his name, but he was there when we went the year before last. And he's an older therapist.
Oh, yeah, you said
Honey, he just says whatever he wants to say.
And these people helping people with their problems.
Listen, they are helping people. And
Come
so
on, man.
one of the speakers was comparing being dysregulated, like an analogy with being on a highway that or traffic jam,
Yeah.
whatever. She was talking
This
about
made me
that.
laugh.
And so he says, he raises his hand. She says, yes. And he says, let me tell you something. You be on that super highway too long, you get sick, i.e. cancer. Didn't say nothing else.
Hey, he
That's
gave it.
So the lady says, she's South African. She goes, the South African accent, yes, you could indeed get sick. I'm not sure cancer, but yes, if you stay on the, you.
Hey, if
you
she was a
would.
true Nigerian, she would say, suck that teeth.
Then in that same session, the lady gets through her whole
You
thing.
speak.
Dang it, I can't think of the poly. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. It's poly. It's a theory.
Polygrip.
Dang it. I should know this as a therapist, but it's not coming to me. It's poly something that deals with therapy. It's a theory. So this guy at the very end, she's done. She's about done. She's at the end, 5 minutes for questions. He raises his hand.
Same dude?
No.
Okay.
But he's going to add to it.
Oh, Lord.
This other guy raises his hand. I felt like he was being a prick, but who am I? He raises his hand. She goes, yes. He goes, yes, I just recently read an article
Oh, yeah. I remember.
that says that this poly theory that you're talking about is not relevant, and there aren't any studies that proves that it even works. Have you read those articles? Do you know anything about that? And I was like, what in the hell? Like, that is not anything that you say. As therapists, as people who have been in academia, we know that there are lots of theories.
For and against.
For and against.
Yep.
So then after he says that, here go the
Highway.
I.e. cancer.
Oh, highway.
He says, oh, what's the name of that article? And she said, the guy says, what? And so the guy is he's yelling across the room.
Oh, my God.
The name of the car. I can't hear you. Say that again. What's the name of that article? Because I think it's something that we all should read. I mean, I think it's important we hearing this, but we need to hear the other. And I said, are you kidding me?
I would have said, y'all could do that later. I would have said that. I've said that before.
Oh
at
my
conferences.
gosh. And I think for her, what I think would have been great for her is like, thank you for sharing that. However, as we know, as in academia, there are theories that are for and against, and studies that go for and against, depending upon who believes what they believe, because a theory is what you believe in. We all say which theories fit what we do as clinicians, what supports the way that we help clients, right?
And depending on the evidence that you're looking for is positive.
Yeah.
You know, so
I thought that was the rudest thing, and the decorum of people. It was just off. Even for me, here's the other decorum piece. It was at the Crown Plaza. nice, well organized. The breakfast, amazing. I mean, delicious every day. They don't do lunch. You do lunch on your own, but they provide snacks. There's a snack in the morning. There's a snack in the afternoon. And I'm talking about good old snacks like a hummus bar.
They didn't keep them.
With
Oh,
vegetables.
okay. I thought they
and
keep
then
snacks
no, they
on
don't
there.
keep it there. It's a in and out. Like there's a certain time frame.
Oh,
for
okay.
it.
It's in a certain spot.
In the
too.
afternoon, they had a nacho bar with churros, and
Oh,
I mean
come on now.
it's nice. Honey, you would think these people have never ate before in their lives.
Tell you, they come from them small towns in Georgia.
I'm talking about, I said so much. And what was so funny was in the one session I was in with the boundary setting. So I was sitting there, I went and got, because it was so cold in there, I went and made myself some tea because they have a tea thing out. So I got my tea and came back. And then this girl came in, I'm talking about her plate full. This time it was hummus and, what's the other little cheese dip we had? Pimento cheese. And so she came back. I'm talking about plate full.
Oh,
The man is a black man next to her. He said, well, good thing I didn't go make my plate because you went ahead and made a plate that's for the both of us. I said, oh, no, he didn't. He didn't even know her.
Oh.
No. And she just kind of went. So anyway, just a decorum, like, it was just, and I'm talking about, we knew like the snacks were coming out at like 3:15. Honey, they were in line at 3. Now, mind you, sessions are still going on.
Oh, so they
and
done left them sessions.
left the session to get in line for the snacks.
Hey, you know, man.
Listen.
Everybody ain't raised properly, man.
No, so I'm side-eyeing.
And everybody not seeking proper behavior.
No. So I am really side-eyeing
Lack of decorum.
Lack of decorum that happened through that. But it was very entertaining.
You know what he should have said?
What?
You keep eating all that stuff, you might get sick.
I.e. obesity.
Obesity. And then you have to listen to that. You know, you keep on eating that way, you might not ever get the surgery.
I like the one lady that says, "Oh, I didn't eat anything. This just it got to be water weight."
Well, you can't have over 700 pounds of water. That's just not possible. I love that man on 600-pound life.
Funny.
He is too funny. All right, so what are you grateful for?
Let's see. I'm grateful for Sharita.
Yes. Shout out to Sharita.
Yeah,
Rita Reed.
Dr. Hughes.
Yeah.
That is Key's.
Nappy roots.
That's one of Key's.
That's the back of her neck.
Oh, God. That's one of Key's best friends.
Yeah.
And also the boy's godmom.
Scary J. Blige.
She created an opportunity for...
Skinny Ripperton.
Oh, gosh. She created an opportunity for Kimani. They arranged it and she put it together. He is going to be teaching college readiness.
His essay writing skills, yeah.
And essay writing skills for students that are high school going into college or even college students.
Yeah.
Kimani is an excellent writer overall. So he's going to go there with another one of her interns.
Yeah.
So they're going to do the combination of him doing the academia and the other one doing the wellness. I believe they're going to work together to create those workshops. So he's going to be spending the summer with Rita.
In Jersey, baby.
In Jersey. And so he left yesterday and he wanted to try a new adventure. So he took Amtrak to New Jersey. We dropped him off at Amtrak station in Atlanta. Yesterday evening, his train left at 11:30, and he should be
there by
in New
now.
Jersey now. But he has not even texted us and told us he
16
made
hours,
it.
yeah.
So we'll have to check in to see if he's made it because he's.
Yeah,
I
don't
thought
see
it was
no-
5:30.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
too.
so we'll check in to see if he's made it.
Hopefully he got all it, but probably all the way up to
Oh
Maine by
Lord!
now.
Like, wait,
Canada.
I missed my stop.
Yeah, why these penguins up here?
Yeah,
These polar
so-
bears. He
yeah.
went to Alaska.
So I'm grateful for her that she created that opportunity for him
Yeah.
because oftentimes our babies, when I say our babies, I mean our Black African American.
That's right, that's
they don't
right.
get some of those same opportunities
Yep.
like an internship,
Yep.
things
Just
to kind of
exposure.
grow exposure,
Yeah.
an opportunity to create a workshop and facilitate it
Yeah.
and do all of those things. So
We
I
got a
am,
hell of a village, man.
yeah.
We have a hell of a village.
I'm
man.
so grateful for her for creating that opportunity for him. He is beyond excited about it. So yeah, I'm grateful for her.
Okay. I'm grateful for the fact that this school year is almost over. It was a great. I mean, really, when I look back, it was a chill school year.
It wasn't. It was. You were thinking it wasn't. You were.
I was.
Well, no, that was last year. 'Cause last year when you first started back into SPED.
No,
This was year 2.
This year.
It was this year.
Yeah, this year was the first year.
Yeah, and it turned
It was
out excellent.
Yeah, it was chill, man. Because
Yeah.
like I said, I'm gonna do me.
Yeah.
And the teachers accepted all of me, and as each month progressed, the teachers were like, okay,
They realized. Wait
they was
a
like,
minute.
yo, and
I see why he's Dr. Hare.
and then they started saying, well, who am I gonna get next year? I was like, I don't know. Then they said, because I had such and such before you, and like you ain't got to tell me if I'm not doing my job,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they was like, because man. And because they know I'm not gonna let the kids do them any kind of way. We're gonna have a good time in class, but we also gonna do what we're supposed to do in class. And so, that's, I'm grateful for the fact that the year's almost over, man.
Yeah.
I'm sad to leave the school.
Yeah.
Sad to see some of my kids go, but it's always like that. They're gonna come and go.
Yeah.
And I got to start something new. And I know that God's gonna bless me. I don't know what to expect.
Well, you got Sources of Strength. We've already told the girl who leads Sources of Strength to find you.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be different.
Yeah.
But
Her name is Valerie.
all right, Valerie. But I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just grateful, one, that I do have a job. I can continue on, and I'm gonna speak this into this. I'm grateful.
Speak it, baby.
I'm grateful that I'm gonna have financial freedom this year for my family.
I love it.
Whether that's the lottery, yes, it's gonna be I'm gonna hit the lottery, but it's also gonna be out of opportunities that's gonna come my way.
Opportunities.
So I'm speaking that into existence now. I'm grateful for that.
I wanted to add one grateful because I don't know if I said it last week, but I'm also grateful for our family that showed up for Kimani.
Yeah.
I don't think I said that last week, but they always show up for our babies.
Yep.
Their high school graduation, I mean, we had a crowd.
Oh yeah, we did.
We had a crowd.
We had a lot of people.
Even for Kimani, we knew his graduation was out of town, so we knew that would be kind of challenging and it was on a Friday. But when it came to the celebration here and the winery, everybody showed up for him. And so I'm grateful that they care enough about their nephew or cousin to come in.
But they know
or
when they
grandson.
with us, it's gonna be a good time.
It's going to be a good time.
It's
And
gonna be
so,
something different. It's
yeah.
gonna be a good time,
Yeah.
always. And
So-
I'm grateful for Hideaway's box.
Oh yes.
Yes,
By the way,
so grateful for her.
our she's our daughter. She's our Japanese daughter.
Yeah.
We had her as our
Exchange
student, but she is our family now. She still calls us mom and dad.
Yeah.
But for Kimani, she sent a card and gifts for him for graduation, and she sent a box of Japanese treats and tons of different
good.
snacks that we haven't tried. The ones that we love that she
Yeah,
knows
she
that
knew
we
that, yep.
love.
She know that.
She sent those again,
Yes.
and she even sent something like this certain puzzle for Kahari that she labeled whose was what on there. So we are so grateful for Hathaway thinking of us, thinking of Kimani, and she knows anytime she's ready to come back, she is so welcome.
She was flexing that pharmacy money now.
Yeah, she's a pharmacist, so yeah. So she sent her own box, and we were not expecting gift.
No,
but,
it didn't even show up on the mail
so
notification.
she knew when it got here because she sent me a text and
Okay.
she said, "Mom, I sent you guys." I said, "I just got it,"
that's
and she says, "Congratulations to Kimani, but also congratulations to you because being a mom is hard work." So thank you, Hathaway.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so what are you looking forward to?
Ooh, what am I looking forward to? I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow because it's Sunday and it's a day that I get to get a slow start. So I'm looking forward to a slow start tomorrow.
All right.
And then I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but just some connection time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to whatever connection time you looking for, because, hey, I'm always willing to connect.
Oh my God.
Connect foe. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to, this is our final week.
It's not my final week.
Yeah, but still, it's final,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be bittersweet,
Yeah.
but every good thing must come to an end. Does it really, though?
To the
I don't think every good thing must come to an
end of the road. Still I can't
My group in high school
let
sung that song all the
go.
time, but
It's
We gonna be there.
unnatural. Who you belong to me.
I'm gonna be missing
I
all of this.
belong to you.
and that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm looking forward to, baby. All right, so we're gonna jump up out of it because it's time to go get something to eat, and I kind of want some street tacos and a marg.
On a marg.
I want a marg.
We had sushi last night. That's
Yeah,
what
we-
Kimani
let's
wanted.
sush.
It's sushi.
Yeah, let's see.
Now we're going to go have a marg.
marg and street tacos.
Yeah.
because we like that.
Yeah.
But unless somebody else have a different appetite.
I'm okay with tacos and
But,
margs.
Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rocking with us as always.
Thank you. Gracias.
We hope that you enjoy everything that you are receiving, and thank you for being with us from the bottom, because when we start blowing up,
Yeah. Started from the bottom, but we're here.
yeah, we finna blow up
Started
your way.
from the bottom, but we're...
And that's it.
All right.
So it's time to bounce. So this is the Refreshingly Normal podcast.
Podcast.
I am Kēfla,
I am Crecia.
and we are out.
Bye.
Peace. The Refreshingly Normal podcast